Jai students, today I am going to proceed exercise 1E of the chapter number systems. In this exercise, we have to know about how to represent irrational numbers on number line. Okay, one activity you have done is representation of square root 2 and square root 10 on number line. Let's see again. Exercise 1E. Question number 1. Represent square root 5 on number line. Square root 5 on number line. Process. First of all, what you have to do, you have to express the given as Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem everybody knows. H equal to square root p square plus b square. Okay, we have to express square root 5 as the square root of sum of the square of two numbers. To express square root 5 in the same manner, 2 square 4 plus 1 square. And as you know that we can apply Pythagoras theorem in a right triangle. Okay, it is hypotenuse equal to square root perpendicular square plus base square. So 2 square plus 1 square, any one is perpendicular and other one is base. And the value of square root 5 lies between 2 and 3. Okay, the value of square root 5 lies between 2 and 3. You have to draw a number line first. In which minimum 3 integers you have to locate with an equal gapping. Suppose 2 cm equal to 1 unit or 3 cm equal to 1 unit, it is up to you. 2, 3. Okay. Thereafter, taking 2 as base, 2 units as base, we have to draw a perpendicular. Finally, we are going to draw a right triangle. Okay. So, taking 2 units as base, you can take also 1 unit as base, no problem at all. Okay. So, taking 2 units as base, draw a perpendicular. Okay. Do this along with me, everybody. Length of perpendicular is 1. So using compasses, measure the length of 1 unit, and thereafter this point of 2, you have to mark 1 unit on the perpendicular. Now join that point of intersection to the point of 0. We get a right triangle whose base is 2 unit and perpendicular is 1 unit. Then hypotenuse, by this theorem we get hypotenuse is square root 5. Thereafter you have to represent square root 5 on number line. For that, taking the point of 0 as center and length of hypotenuse, okay, as radius, you have to draw an arc intersecting the line at a point, suppose P. Listen again. To get the length of hypotenuse, that is square root 5 as per Pythagoras theorem. So taking the point of 0 as center and length of hypotenuse as radius, you have to draw an arc intersecting number line at P, and that point P, represents square root 5. Clear? So simple. Done, everybody? Come to next. Question number 2, square root 3. Again, you have to follow the same steps. First of all, you have to express square root 3 as Pythagoras theorem. 1 square 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So whose square is 2? Square of whose is 2? Square of which number is 2? So 2 is not a perfect square number. Write in this way. Square root 2 square is 2. Okay. We have to express anyhow the given irrational number as the square root of p square plus b square. 1 square I have taken, 1 square means 1. We require plus 2. Then you have to think about whose square is 2. So 2 is not a perfect square number. Then we have to write square root 2 square is 2. But on number line we cannot get square root 2 directly. Okay. So that's why again you have to do the same process and express square root 2 on number line and then proceed for square root 3. Square root 2 is not available on number line, isn't it, directly? So first of all you have to express square root 2 on number line, then you proceed for square root 3. Again you have to do the same steps. Square root 2 means 1 square plus 1 square. Clear? Now thereafter square root 2, the value of square root 3, that is 1.7. Okay, means lies between 1 and 2. You have to draw a number line taking minimum 2 or 3 integers. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 with equal gapping. So first of all you have to represent square root 2 on number line. So one is base, then another one is perpendicular. So taking 1 unit base, you have to draw perpendicular from the point of 1, and thereafter using compasses you have to measure the length of 1 unit from the point of 1. You have to mark 1 unit on this perpendicular and join that point of intersection to the point of 0. Then you get a right triangle, and length of hypotenuse must be 2 units by Pythagoras theorem. Thereafter, with the point 0 as center and length of hypotenuse as radius, you have to draw an arc intersecting the number line at P. That point P represents square root 2. Point P represents square root 2. Now, after getting square root 2 on number line, you have to represent square root 3 on number line. So we get a point P on number line represents square root 2. So from 0 to P, this length is square root 2 from 0 to P. So taking square root 2 as base, we have to draw perpendicular from P. Length of perpendicular, then 1 unit. Again we have to measure the length of 1 unit using compasses. Thereafter, with P as center, draw an arc of 1 unit. Okay. Now join this point of intersection to point 0. We get another right triangle again. Okay. Length of hypotenuse must be square root 3 as per theorem, and thereafter with the point 0 taking as center and length of hypotenuse as radius, we have to draw an arc intersecting the number line at Q. So that point Q represents square root 3. Point Q represent square root 3. In this way you have to represent irrational numbers on number line. One more type is there in this exercise. Okay, let's see. The question number 6. Represent square root 10.5 on number line. You have to represent square root 10.5. Now radicand is given in decimal form. In previous questions we have radicand as a whole number, but in these questions radicand is given in decimal form. Clear? So how to represent this on number line? Let's see step by step. Also you have to write the steps. First of all, you have to draw a line segment of the given radicand, that is 10.5, taking 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit for such type of cases. Whenever radicand given in decimal form, so better you have to consider 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit always. Clear? So first of all you have to draw a line segment of 10.5 centimeter. Whatever radicand is given, that is the length of segment. First of all you have to draw. Okay. Suppose AB. Step 1. Draw AB equal to 10.5 unit. 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. In such type of questions, there actually you have to produce the segment AB to 1 unit. In such type of questions, always you have to produce that line segment you have drawn to 1 unit, means 1 centimeter. You have to produce AB to 1 unit. C. Second, produced AB to C such that BC equal to 1 unit. Okay. Now thereafter, we have to find the midpoint of AC geometrically. AC is a line segment. You have to find the midpoint of AC geometrically. How? By drawing perpendicular bisector. Okay. A as center and more than half of the length of AC as radius. You have to draw arcs either side of AC, and from C, same radius, draw arcs either side of AC, and just to mark the midpoint of AC. Okay, no need to join. Okay, just mark the midpoint of AC geometrically. Third, mark the midpoint of AC. Okay. Thereafter, with O as center, midpoint O of AC. With O as center, OA as radius, O as center, OA or OC, both are same. As radius, you have to draw a semicircle. O center, OA radius. Draw a semicircle. Okay. Step number 4. With O as center and OA as radius. Draw a semicircle. Okay. Thereafter, you have to draw a perpendicular through the point B. One perpendicular you have to draw intersecting semicircle at D. Okay. Through point B you have to draw perpendicular intersecting AB at D. Draw BD perpendicular to AC. The length of perpendicular is 10.5 unit. Okay, this length. Now thereafter, with B as center, BD as radius, draw an arc. B center, BD radius. Draw an arc producing AC intersect each other at P or E, whatever. What we have done? Sixth, with B as center and BD as radius, draw an arc intersecting AC produced at E. Okay, thereafter, no space, I am writing here. Thus, BD equal to B. Taking same radius, you have drawn R. That's why BD equal to BE equal to square root 10.5. Okay, that is point E represents square root 10.5. Okay, thereafter what you have to do, you have to draw a number line taking 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Afterward, you have to draw a number line. Okay, taking 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Okay, and thereafter with 0 as center. Okay, 0 as center and BE as radius using compasses. Taking BE or BD both remain same. So taking BE as radius, point of 0 as center, you have to draw an arc intersecting the number line at a point, name it E again. Okay, 10 point something, square root 10.5. So whatever number you get in decimal, that must be lying between 3 and 4, isn't it? So definitely we get a point between 3 and 4. Okay, square root 10.5 given. We have to represent square root 10.5 on number line. The number line you have to show again, and thereafter you have to mark that point on number line representing square root 10.5. Clear? So after doing this, you have to draw on number line taking 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit, that is more comfortable. We have taken, and taking radius BE, the length of BE taking as radius, point of 0 as center, you have to draw an arc intersecting the number line. At the same point you have to write E. So point E represents square root 10.5. Clear? Okay. In such type of presentation, you have to write the steps of construction, everybody. One more, that is visualize question number 9. Okay. What you have to do, you have to visualize a given number. Visualize the representation of 3.765. Okay, on number line using successive magnification. 3.765. It is terminating decimal, isn't it? So it is a rational number. Okay. After decimal there are 3 digits. You have to represent this on number line. So directly it is not possible to represent on number line. Step by step we have to represent. Okay. So first of all, 3.7, 3.8 you have to represent on the number line. Okay. Thereafter we get 3.76, 3.76 and 3.77, and between them we get 3.765. Okay, this is the tree of the number. So first of all we have to represent 3.7, 3.8. Between 3.7 and 3.8 we get 3.76 and 3.77, and between 3.76 and 3.77 we get 3.765. Okay, step by step we have to represent. First of all you have to represent one place of decimal on number line. Thereafter you have to magnify and represent two places of decimal on number line, and finally we get 3 places of decimal on number line, isn't it? So first of all we have to represent 1 place of decimal on number line, thereafter 2 places of decimal on number line, and thereafter we get 3 places of decimal on number line. So 3.7, 3.8 we have to represent on number line. For that minimum we have to draw a number line of 4 units. Okay, so draw a number line first. Is a rough one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you know how to represent 1 place of decimal on number line. In first exercise 1A we have done this. Suppose you have to represent 3.7 or 3.8. How to represent? We know that the number 3.7 and 3.8 lies between 3 and 4. We have to divide the line segment between 3 and 4 into 10 equal parts. Okay, 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots means you get 10 equal parts. So first point is 3.1, thereafter 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. It is 3.7. And thereafter we get 3.8. Write in this way. Let me do this side first. This is 3.7, 3.8. Okay. 3.7, 3.8 we get on number line. Now thereafter we have to magnify this. Okay. Then you have to draw a number line, part of number line. Okay. In which you have to write 3.7 and 3.8. Now thereafter you have to represent 3.76 and 3.77 on this part of number line. So again you have to divide this into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots mean 10 equal parts. Okay. So first point is 3.71. Second point is 3.72. Then 3.73, 3.74, 3.75, 3.76 this is, and 3.77. Okay. Again you have to write both the numbers. 3.76, 3.77. Okay. So thereafter we have to represent 3.765. 3.765. It's lie between 3.76 and 3.77. Again, you have to magnify this. Again, you have to draw a part of number line, and thereafter you have to write 3.76, 3.77 and divide it into again 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots are 10 equal parts. Okay, so first point is 3.761. Then second point is 3.762. Thereafter 3.763. Thereafter 3.764. Thereafter 3.765. 3.765. So finally we get point P represents point P represents 3.765. Okay, in this way you have to magnify and show one by one on the number. Clear? So before doing this, you have to roughly or mentally make the tree of the number. First of all, you have to represent one place of decimal on number line. Okay, thereafter you have to place two places of decimal on number line, and finally we have to represent three places of decimal on number line. Okay, step by step. Clear, everybody? So exercise 1E you have to do. Okay, all type of questions I have shown. Now homework. Exercise 1E. Complete. Okay, that's all. Thank you and have a nice day.